Welcome everybody. My name is Dominique and today we have a feel good honey yoga flow. No props are required for this practice, but if you would like to invite some props in to support you, I suggest yoga blocks. We will get started in a standing position, so once you have your mat laid out and any music that you would like to listen to, if you choose to listen to music, we will meet in the front third of our mat with our feet planted and arms alongside the body. We'll start in a relaxed mountain pose. So just take a few moments to ground down through all four corners of the feet. Perhaps as you start to take inventory of the body, the eyes close. Eventually, we will meet with left hand to the heart and right hand to the navel space. We use the sensation of the hands on the body to help create awareness around the breath. Notice the depth and the pace. See if you can deepen the inhales and exhales. And as you inhale, imagine that the breath is coming up through the soles of the feet, up the legs, all the way through the body and out of the crown of the head. Then as you exhale, the breath comes down through the crown of the head, the face, the body, the legs, and out of the soles of the feet. So we'll keep with that imagery. Inhale through the soles of the feet, up and out of the crown of the head. Exhale, crown of the head, down through the body, out of the soles of the feet. 3 more times, just like that. A little bit more length on this inhale and exhale. And on the next breath, we inhale, fill up deep. Exhale, open mouth, sigh. Again, inhale, fill up. See how much you can expand the belly. Exhale, release. Last one, just like that. Inhale. Exhale, let that go. Seal the lips, cultivate Ujjayi breath. If there's an intention you would like to set for your practice, you can do so now. Hands release alongside the body and eyes begin to flutter open if they found their way closed. We inhale, lift the hands up overhead, interlace the fingers, flip the palms up. Exhale, round through the back and the palms come out in front. Inhale, lift. Perhaps there's a mini back bend here. Exhale, round. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Keep the weight evenly distributed through the feet and hold here, tuck chin to chest. Then eventually we continue the roll all the way down into a forward fold. And now your hands can slide up the arms towards the elbows. Your choice if you would like to stay in stillness or find a rock left and right. Allowing gravity to do the work here. Opening up the back of the legs and the low back. Eventually we all meet in stillness as hands release towards the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. See if you can fold a little bit deeper this time. We have one more round. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Left foot stays forward. Step your right foot back, then lower right knee to the earth, untuck the toes. Hands are either on blocks or on the mat. Inhale, slightly shift the weight forward to pull the chest through. Exhale, rock, back half split. Lift left toes off the mat with a straight left leg. Inhale, rock forward, pull the chest through. Exhale, weight shifts back. One more time, just like that. Inhale, rock forward, pull the chest through. Exhale, rock back and hold here. Toes are back towards the body. You can walk your hands back. And your choice, stillness, or would you like to invite a little wiggle? Move in a way that feels authentic to you. Then eventually we find stillness and begin to rock forward. Right hand stays planted. Inhale, lift left hand up towards the ceiling. And then we drop left arm back. It's still early in practice, so it's up to you. Do you want to stay here? Or do you have the mobility and flexibility at this moment to bend through right knee and grab for the foot to find a quad stretch? Completely customizable for whatever time of day it is for you and for whatever works best for you in this moment. A couple of more rounds of breath here. And if you have the bind, release. We all inhale, cartwheel, left arm forward. Exhale, plant it on the earth. Inhale, tuck right toes, lift right knee. Exhale to hold. Inhale, shift the weight forward, pull the chest through just like we did in kneeling. Exhale, rock back. Both legs are straight. Lift left toes, gaze goes back towards right leg. Inhale, rock forward. So again, hands are either on the mat or blocks. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, rock forward last time. Exhale, rock back. This time we'll release the toes down towards the mat and we find a stretch through the front of left leg. Release crown of head. Breathe here. Then inhale, lift right heel. Exhale, lower it down. We're stretching through the foot. Inhale, lift right heel. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift right heel. Exhale, lower. We bend through left knee. And then we walk the hands forward, drag till you can lift, standing split. We find our way back into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Bend through the knees. Inhale, gather energy, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, pray your hands to chest. We're in a mountain pose. Left hand to the heart, right hand to the navel space. Take a moment, check in, notice. We've had a little bit of movement now, so taking inventory. How do we feel? What's coming up? Then hands release alongside the body. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. This time we go right into a forward fold, hinge at the hips, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, bend through the knees. This time right leg stays forward. We step left foot back, lower left knee, untuck left toes. Hands are on the mat or blocks. Inhale, pull the chest through. Exhale, rock back, lift right toes. Inhale, pull the chest through, shift forward. Exhale, we reverse as we shift back and straighten the leg. One more time. Inhale, shift forward, pull the chest through. Exhale, shift back and hold. Right toes are back towards the torso. And your choice, stillness or movement. What do you need at this time? Then eventually we meet in stillness, begin to shift forward, bend through right knee. Left hand plants this time. Inhale, lift right hand up towards the ceiling, gaze up towards right hand. Exhale, release back. Now it's up to you. Would you like to take the bind or do you want to stay with the twist? Deep inhales and exhales. If you have the bind, release. We all inhale, cartwheel right arm, planted either on blocks or the earth. Exhale to hold. Tuck left toes. Inhale, lift. Exhale, we stay here. Press through the heel. Inhale, pull the chest as we slightly shift the weight forward. Exhale, rock back, toes are back towards the torso again, straighten both legs. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, rock back and hold. This time you can lower right toes to the mat if you would like, with both legs straight, seeking the stretch through the front of right leg this time. Then we inhale, lift left heel. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Bend through right knee, walk the hands forward, drag till you can lift, standing split, and then we find a forward fold again. Hey, feet underneath the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release, bend through the knees. Inhale, gather energy, come all the way to standing. Exhale, prayer hands to chest. One more time, left hand to the heart, right hand to the navel space. We're in mountain pose. Scan through the body. Notice what's coming up. How do you feel? Perhaps you call your intention back to the mind's eye if you set one. Then we all take a big inhale through the nose. Exhale, open, mouth sigh, let that go. Seal the lips, Ujjayi, arms alongside the body. Inhale, gather energy, gaze goes up. Exhale, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant and bend through the knees. This time we bring both knees down onto the mat. So we're in a tabletop position. We'll move through cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze goes up. Exhale, round. Reverse, inhale, drop the belly, gaze goes up. Exhale, round. Now I have a challenge for you. Start the movement with the tailbone, and then inch by inch move up through the spine. Same thing as you move into cat, start with the tailbone. Just a different way to move through the pose. Different variation if you would like. Last full round, and then we meet in cat, hold in cat pose, and release. Tuck the toes, lift the hips to sky, down dog. Pedal through the feet here. You can rock the hips left and right. Take your time. Eventually we meet in stillness. Inhale, lift left foot up towards the ceiling. Exhale, left knee to nose squeeze. Step it through, warrior one, left toes out. Inhale, lift, come to standing. Exhale, release. We stay here and hold, nothing fancy. Hips are framing up towards the top of the mat. Really press through the heel of left foot. You can always shorten the stance if your hips are open towards the left. The shorter the stance, the easier it will be to help keep the hips forward. Eventually, you'll be able to have more space between the feet in warrior one. Now we flow. Inhale, lift, arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hinge forward, arms sweep back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. We hold with the hinge. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, hands to the mat. We shift the weight so that we lift the heel and we're on the ball of left foot. Now, turn towards long side of the mat, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Now we pivot towards the back of the mat. Frame left foot. You're high on ball of right foot. drag till you can lift, standing split, then release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step one foot back, then the other. Your choice of a vinyasa, or you can shift back right into down dog. There's no right or wrong way today, or ever, actually. It's whatever feels best for you. Just want to make sure I give you that optionality, because sometimes with these slower flows, we don't really want a vinyasa. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Seal the lips. Inhale, lift left foot up. Exhale, left knee to nose, squeeze, step it through, warrior one. Inhale, lift, come to standing. Exhale, settle in your warrior one here. So same thing on this side. Each side might feel a little bit different. So you might need a shorter or longer stance on this side. Take your time, find your micro adjustments. Eventually you'll settle in with arms overhead. Now we'll add the flow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge, arms sweep back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge and hold. This time only the arms move. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. Exhale, release the hands to the mat. We come onto the ball of right foot, pivot to long side of mat, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. This time we move to Skandasana to the right. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, Skandasana to the left. Take your time, flow left and right. Now you can have your hands grounded like I do today, or you can lift them if you want a little bit more engagement through the legs. It's whatever feels best for you. I'm craving more of a grounded practice, so I'm keeping my hands on the mat. Last one to each side. And then we meet in a wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, pivot, frame right foot, drag till you can lift, standing split, then release, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release again, your choice if you would like to step back into a down dog, or if you would like to move through a vinyasa. And then we meet in down dog. A few rounds of breath here before we make our way down to child's pose. If you would like to go straight into child's pose now, you can. Otherwise, we have 2 more rounds of breath. And then with grace, both knees to the mat, hips sit back, arms in front. Find your child's pose. Then lift the head and the torso just enough that you can thread your right arm underneath for a thread the needle variation of child's pose. Two more breaths on this side, and then we'll just switch it out. So lift yourself enough that you can release right hand and then thread left arm. We all release into a traditional child's pose. Pull the hips back towards the heels, equal and opposite energy as the hands
are planted and creating space as they pull towards the front of the mat.
Then release, lift yourself up. We are going to shift towards long side of mat with left leg extended and right leg bent. Right foot comes inside of left leg. Hips are facing towards the front. Then we extend our left hand to anywhere on left leg. And then we'll open up our right arm overhead. Shoulders are stacked. They're in line with the hips. And then pull your right glute down. So we're creating space through the right side, and perhaps you feel it all the way down through right low back, even right hip. And you can roll out right wrist if you would like. Then we release, right hand comes behind, lift the hips, extend left arm, then lower down. We'll switch it out. So now we have our right leg long, left leg bent, hips facing forward, right hand grabs for somewhere on right leg, then we sweep our left arm up, we pull left glute and left hip down towards the mat. Create space, perhaps you roll with left hand. Begin to release, left hand behind, lift the hips, and then lower yourself back down. We'll bring both soles of the feet together for a butterfly pose. Integrity through the spine. Then begin to walk yourself down as you fold over the inner thighs. Go ahead and lift yourself up, cross at the legs. We'll actually close out today's practice in a seated position. So a little bit different than normal. If you would prefer to lie on your back, of course, you are welcome to make your way into a traditional Shavasana. Otherwise, we have integrity through the spine, hands on top of the knees, and then flip them so that the palms are up towards the ceiling. So we signify opening. Then eventually eyes will start to close. If you set an intention for your practice, perhaps you call it in now. Otherwise, take inventory. And then we all scan through the body, starting at the crown of the head. We notice what's coming up. What do we feel? What has changed since the beginning of the practice? Then left hand comes to the heart, right hand to the navel space. Imagine that you are looking at yourself in a mirror and repeat these words to yourself. I love you. Thank you. Again, I love you. Thank you. One more time. I love you. Thank you. Now call a loved one to the mind's eye. It could be your spouse. It could be a parent. It could be a sibling. Same thing. Repeat, I love you. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. Now imagine every single person you love all in the same room. And this is your opportunity to say the same thing to every single one of them. I love you. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. Let that go. Scan through the body. Notice the shift as we invited gratitude and love into our hearts and minds. And if you are in a traditional savasana, perhaps you start to invite movement. And if you're in a seated position, release your hands back on top of the knees with palms up towards the ceiling. Eventually, we all meet in a simple seat. And if your eyes are closed, begin to flutter them open. Prayer hands come together, thumbs press to the third eye. Repeat after me. Today, I think thoughts of love and gratitude. Lower the hands to the mouth. Today, I speak words of love and gratitude. Lower the hands to the heart space. Today, I open my heart to give and to receive gratitude. Thank you so much for tuning in and flowing with me today. We bow in gratitude to each other. And as always, as we close out, if you enjoyed this practice, please be sure to let me know by hitting the like button and leaving a comment. I will see you next time, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.